talk about this movie I watched recently. Have to. It's a movie starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence in the lead roles. Don't Look Up. That's the name of the film in case you haven't heard the buzz already. With a strong lineup of world-class actors and their amazing performances, Don't Look Up is already one of Netflix's biggest movie of all time. So in case you haven't watched it already, then please go ahead and watch it. This one is a must watch. Don't Look Up also has a very important message for all of us. So here's a brief outline. The movie is about two people. The astronomer, Professor Randall Mindy, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, and his PhD student, Kate DiBiase, played by Jennifer Lawrence. The entire action starts in the very first 5 minutes of the film. And that's something I really loved about the film. The movie drops the hook in the very first 5 minutes, and the audience, that's us, we are hooked on for the remaining 137 minutes. So PhD student Kate discovers a big comet. This comet, called as Comet DiBiase, named after Kate DiBiase since she's the first one who spots it, is as big as Mount Everest. The comet is so huge that this impact is going to destroy the earth. And the entire movie is about how everyone, starting from the government, media to the general public, react to this news and deal with it, and whether they are able to process the seriousness of this situation and do something about it. Now the movie may be about the destruction of the planet due to massive comet strike and how everyone lives in denial by saying don't look up even as they reach the very end. But if you take away the comet strike and replace that with climate change, then the movie still makes sense.
Climate change is real.
And it is already affecting each one of us, no matter which part of the world we live in.
Let us not take this planet for granted.
And yet, just like in the movie, we choose to ignore it, laugh over it, and just go about our lives as if nothing's happened. We are gearing up for assembly elections here in Goa, but none of the political parties are talking about climate change in their manifestos. I know that a lot of people think climate change is government's problem and that politicians and world leaders have to come up with a solution for it. Then there is a section of society who believes that climate change is a hoax and that political leaders and climate scientists are making a quick buck off this so-called burning issue. Now, I am not a policy maker nor am I a climate scientist. I'm just a simple citizen of the world. But this is what I understand. For my viewers in Goa, I'm sure you experienced the untimely rains in December 2021. Just ask your parents or grandparents how many times they experienced rains in the month of December in Goa. And I'm sure you also remember Cyclone Tokte that we faced in the month of May, which caused massive destruction all over the state. My small village had a power outage for 3 full days because of Tokte. I'm sure you would have also seen the news articles about the wild bushfires which were burning for months at a stretch in the forests of Australia that caused massive destruction both to humans as well as animals. Chennai, a metropolitan coastal city which receives about 55 inches of rainfall, which is 4 times the amount of rainfall experienced by Los Angeles and about 2 times the amount of rainfall experienced by a city like London, went completely dry. In 2019, Chennai hit the headlines when it became the first major city in the world to go dry. The western Himalayan region experienced cloudbursts in the month of July 2021, which led to flash floods affecting Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. The snow in the Himalayan region is melting so fast. Sonam Wangchuk from Leh has been talking extensively about how climate change is impacting the Himalayan states. If all these are not signs of climate change, then what are? We don't have to read technical papers to understand how climate change is affecting us. The truth is, it is already impacting us. And in such times, it is weird that NASA and other big billionaires around the world are pumping in billions and trillions of money in trying to commercialize space. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against space research, but in my opinion, at least some part of this amount should be utilized in coming up with more effective solutions to deal with climate change on Earth. But it almost looks as if the Earth is already spoiled and everyone wants to escape to the next habitable planet. Anyway, the intention behind making this video was not to create despair and panic, rather to have a meaningful conversation around this very important topic of climate change and how we can collectively come up with a solution to deal with the problem. Stop expecting the governments to do something about it. Individual actions matter. You are not a drop in the ocean, you are the ocean in the drop, said Rumi. Understand the power of your everyday individual choices. Let us not fool ourselves with matters that don't matter. For once, let us understand what truly matters. We are destroying our forests and are cutting down our trees at a higher pace than is good for us. We breathe out carbon dioxide, which the trees breathe in, and the trees breathe out something which we breathe in. Yes, that's called as oxygen, and we have an interdependence on trees, bees, and the rest of our planet. Well, there is so much to do really, and I just hope we understand the seriousness of this issue right now, right at this second. I just hope we don't reach the same ending as that of the film. So in case you haven't watched the film, then please go ahead and watch it. We still have a way to change the ending, and this is my effort to do just that. Let us wake up.
We really did have everything, didn't we?